Welcome to another edition of Great Health, Abundant Happiness, and Outrageous Love. Mwah. So we're talking about these delicious banana oatmeal buttons, Karen calls them. Let's go back to my beautiful Karen. Karen, why don't you share with everyone how you make these? Because I've already had a couple this morning that are absolutely delish, and I know they're very healthy if you made them.
They are very healthy, and I appreciate you waiting until 9 o'clock to have them so that you could complete your intermittent fasting of 15 hours, which I know for you ended at 9 o'clock. So these banana oatmeal buttons are absolutely delicious. They contain 0 refined processed sugars. You can add that if that's your thing. We try to stay away from that. So
what goes into these beauties?
They're so simple. Okay, and usually I like fewer ingredients, but in this case, this is just a button of nutrition. So every single ingredient here is amazing for your body. So first you're gonna take a bowl, you're gonna put in your oats, your rolled oats. I like Bob's organic, and I like the extra thick. It's completely up to you. So put your oats in a big bowl, and I do everything by sight. So I don't measure anything. I probably used about 2 cups. And then you wanna add into that bowl, you're gonna add some organic raisins. Okay, and as many or as few as you like. Jeffrey loves raisins, so I add a lot. And that helps with the sweetness because there's no sugar. And then you're gonna add in some organic cherries.
Ooh, those look
and
good.
These are one of my favorites. And I love the fact that they're a little bit tart in contrast with the sweet raisins and the sweet banana. And I'm sorry I don't have any banana here to show, but we'll tell you when we add that in. I do add a little bit of banana flavoring. It's not necessary. If you can't find this one, you can order it on Amazon. This is the only flavoring that I think makes a banana flavor, and it's a non-GMO product, so I love that. So you've done that. I will then put a sprinkle. This is an organic cacao, and you can see it. It smells so good, just a little bit. I'm not a big chocolate person. I put this in more for Jeffrey, but again, I only put in maybe a teaspoon of that. And then I'm gonna mix in.
I just have to say, guys, see how much she loves me. She does all this for me. I'm just so grateful.
You are. I love that you love my treats for you. And then in this particular case, I had some mixed nuts. I only chose the almonds in there. And then I had some pepitas. Now, if I'd have had sunflower seeds, what's great about this product is whatever you've got on hand is usually what you like, and that's what you can toss in there. So I put in the seeds, and I put in some crushed, I took some of the almonds, and again, everything that we're using here is organic. And I'm gonna save that for last. So in a separate bowl, what I did was I took organic flaxseed, and I think I used these plastic scoops. So I took about 2 scoops of let me pull this out. So I used about 2 scoops of this. You can use more or less, whatever you like. I mean, that's the beauty of these is, you know, do it to your
Well, it's all about
taste.
consistency, right? I mean, some people might like it a little more crunchy, a little more thick, chewy.
Great
right?
point,
Right.
Jeffrey. Exactly. So what the flax does is it gives it some substance. So, you know, we don't eat any eggs in our house. So this is a great substitute when you're cooking, is to add some flax with some warm water. So in our bowl, I added about 2, maybe even 3 scoops of the ground flax, again, organic, into a bowl. And then I added a couple of scoops of the organic hemp seed, which I am just such a fan of. And I think I added 3 or 4 scoops of the chia seed, because it's got a great consistency when you add that with water as well. And it is also really great for your digestive system. So I put that in a bowl. We've got a hot water pot. I put that on to boiling, and I added that in and basically made you know, it'll gel up because the consistency of your chia seeds kind of puff up.
Yeah, if you're familiar, when I was a kid, we used to go out and catch frogs in the pond. I call them frogs' eggs. If you've seen them,
Yeah.
frogs' eggs are like a little black dot in the middle, and they have a gel around them, and that's what happens to a chia seed. It puffs up, and it's like a little slippery little frog's eggs.
Exactly.
I call it, right?
And no frogs were hurt in the making of these banana.
And you'll be happy to know we didn't hurt them, Karen. We just hatched them and watched the pollywogs turn into frogs when we were kids. It was
Excellent. So you've got all of these ingredients. Then on a plate, I took 3 fresh bananas that were fairly ripe, but we don't like our bananas too ripe because then they start getting this sugary taste that Jeffrey and I don't really like. But again, use the bananas if you like that, you know, let them ripen up even that much more. But ours were pretty much just at the perfect yellow and not the brown dotted.
Yeah, before they get those age spots, I call them. They look like little leopards.
Exactly. And so I peeled those, I put them on a plate, and I just mashed those up. You can also put them, if you've got a bullet or a ninja, you can put them in there and blend them up as well. And then you can actually take the mixture of the flax and the chia and the hemp and put that in with the bananas with the hot water, put that in a bullet and mix that up, and then put that into your dry mixture. Mix that entire thing up, and that's pretty much it.
It's pretty easy.
So easy. I baked these for 10 minutes on 400 using a convection. We do live at high altitude, so you know, keep an eye on it. You can't really overdo them. These are sugar-free, gluten-free, and just full of really nutritious items. I mean, everything here. You know, I do want to put the disclaimer that the raisins and the cherries are something that are somewhat of a treat because they are higher in a sugar content. So if that is something that you watch, maybe use less of them, maybe don't use any of them. And again, the nuts are higher in fat. So again, use that according to, you know, what you plan to have in your own personal diet. But these are 100% vegan, plant-based, sugar-free, gluten-free, and let's just see if they're delicious.
So good.
They are so good. They're so good.
So one thing I was going to add, Karen, because, you know, we're down this path and we don't eat as much sugar, but if your taste buds are still sugarized where you need more, sometimes if we make them and they aren't sweet enough, or if I want something sweet, I'll go ahead and add maple syrup. You know, 100% maple syrup is actually, thank you, antioxidant was the word I was looking for.
Absolutely.
So it's great for you, and obviously tastes great. If you can get a real maple syrup, there's nothing like it.
Absolutely. And the other thing that you can do is you can add more bananas if you want them sweeter, or you can dip them in maple syrup. And there's 2 ingredients that I added. I didn't talk about them because I added them because I enjoy them. I'm going to put this down, but Jeffrey, that one's mine. Don't touch it. I added some organic cayenne pepper because I love a little spice in everything. It also helps boost your metabolism. And I added a dash of Himalayan salt just to kind of, you know, put that sweet and salty together. So these are totally optional. And again, you can add in whatever it is that you like. So
I think that's great. I'm gonna have another one. I actually have to go meet the guys for lunch for a meeting across the street. So thank you, Karen. This is awesome. And as always, you're just a fantastic cook. You're the best vegan chef that I know of.
Peace out.